Welcome back to my channel. You guys, I promised that I told you that this was going to be a lifestyle channel and that I would bring you several different aspects of life for me as far as beauty, fashion, home, recipes. Let this be a place of source that you could go to and have things that will be your go-to things, or things that maybe you just need a couple of answers on based on price, budget, and what works for your house or what works for your family. So today I'm bringing you back into the kitchen. I guess y'all say this girl just loves her kitchen. Well, remember, I come from a family, a long line of cooks, and I did spend a lot of time in the kitchen growing up. But I also think that a kitchen is not just about food, it's a place where families come together. And for me, it's a place where I have an opportunity to teach my boys, where I make their favorite things. We bond in the kitchen, we create memories in the kitchen, and the kitchen is just a place of love, not always food. And those are the things that bring us together. So today I'm gonna just share a few kitchen essentials that I really like, that tend to go very far with my family. Even though I'm in here cooking and working my little heart out, there's still some things that I like to use in the kitchen that do have beauty. I guess you say she's bringing the beauty into the kitchen. Absolutely. So some things that have beauty, some things that are, I guess, worth your while, and they tend to go a long way for me because, once again, for the price, they pack a lot of punch. So the first thing, I'm really big on dish towels. Like, there's some dish towels I allow my boys to use that are just my everyday old kind of raggedy dish towels. And then there are those dish towels that are just too cute for you to be putting your greasy hands on or drying off the counters. So I like these dish towels like this in the summer, in the spring. So I just put this dish towel out recently, and it's a picture of a pineapple because, I mean, come on, be a pineapple and be sweet. So the thing was that, you know, this is something fun. I have some gold, yellow type accents around my home, and I always won't just pick dish towels based on the color of what I have in my house. You'll see different variety of dish towels, black and white, gold and white, green and white, green and gold. So there are just so many varieties. But this is just some dish towels that, you know, fun. You can pop these out in the spring. I hang them, you know, on my dishwasher. And once again, I talk about this in a blog post I just recently put out about your how to achieve fluffy white master bedding. If you have not gotten a chance to read that blog post, go and read it because it was pretty popular. But I hang my dish towels on the dishwasher and on the oven, and my boys have been trained to not use these dish towels if they're hanging here. It only takes a little bit of training. I promise that your kids will get it once they're kind of out of that toddler stage. You have to understand, my boys are high school and upper elementary, so they've learned a lot. They're pretty smart, swift little guys, and they've learned a lot since then. Now, another essential thing, I bought some dish towels recently. I went to Ikea. That blog post will be coming out on Sunday about my Ikea finds, what I bought and what I loved. And I'm actually still buying a few things from Ikea, but don't miss that post. Also, I mentioned a few things in my blog post today, and I'll link it down below. My blog post today that went out called My Friday Favorites starts with thrifting, because I'm really big on thrifting. Guys, everybody can't just go run out to the, you know, your flow, ooh, those school teacher moments are taking over. Everybody cannot run out to like a Gallery Furniture or Star Furniture or any of these places just to go and buy floor room furniture. So I like to thrift furniture. I like to rehabilitate furniture. I like to make it come back to life and make it my own. But back into my essentials. The next thing on my essentials is nice knives. So I recently bought knives, and this is by Sharper Image. Of course, we've heard of that. I love the handle. I love the wood detail on this knife. This is a brand new knife. I have not used it yet. But the thing I really like the most about this is that it has a guard on it, because at times my boys are washing dishes and it's time to put knives away, or my boys are digging for something in this drawer right here behind me, and they stick their hand in there and then they get nicked, or I get nicked, or my husband get nicked. So I don't want to put knives in there and they don't have guards on them. So this is a great investment. And guys, this actually was only, it was this one, and both of these were like $10 for the pack. So this is a great investment for my kitchen. I cook a lot, so I know that I'm gonna use these a whole lot. So I definitely like, and yes, I do kind of go with the detailing of the handles because, you know, I'm a blogger. It goes into, you know, pictures and photos and what looks great. So my next thing that's essential to me, of course you guys know I love gold, and I found these gold measuring cups at Target. When I found them, I did a happy dance in the aisle because my husband was like, girl, what are you doing? Because I had been looking all over for these, and I found me some gold measuring cups, and they're gorgeous and they go great with my photos, and they're just really pretty, and they're gonna sustain a great lifetime in my kitchen. So these are a great essential. There are different ones that I purchased. These are my favorite, and then I have some glass ones or porcelain ones that I found at Home Goods. These right here. And these are actually really cute. These stay on the countertop, more so for decoration, but it's definitely, I do use these as well if I can't reach for my gold ones or the gold ones are dirty. So love these. I got these at Home Goods. I want to say for this pack, it was like $6.99 I think for these. Another essential for me that I have to have in the kitchen is greenery. Greenery, this one is a faux green plant. I found this plant, I want to say at Home Goods. And I'm big on real and faux. My house is strange the way it faces with the sun. I don't get a huge amount of sunlight through the windows. I get a little bit. It's just odd the way my door is facing. So that's kind of good for me as far as the light bill, but as far as how long my plants are going to live, not so good. So there are some faux plants, and I actually wrote a blog post on that are sprinkled around the house. And these live on the kitchen counter, and it can get kind of warm in here because I'm cooking, but I like it for the beauty. And just to have it, it kind of spruces up the kitchen, it brings life into the kitchen, and I'm just a plant lover. So in my blog post today, I wrote about 2 plants that were favorites that I'm kind of dreaming about. So if you get to read that post, let me know what you think. And another favorite that I found this weekend, well, over the week, I'm on spring break, so it's a cutting board. I actually bought this cutting board at Ikea, and I'm in love. This cutting board is like so nice, and it is huge. Yes, a lot of the times I can put a charcuterie tray on here, meaning cheeses, crackers, olive trees, I mean just all types, apples, fruit. I can build a pretty big tray on this. Or I can do my vegetable cutting. I never do any meats on cutting boards like this because this is wood and it's very hard to disinfect a cutting board once you drop meat on it. Most of the time I use, for my meat, I use a different cutting board for my meats. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. I don't see it right here, but I use a plastic cutting board for my meats because I can wash that and I can soak it in a bleach alternative and get most of the debris and most of the meat source out of the cutting board. So try not to use these cutting boards for meat or anything, chicken or anything like that. So as you can see, I have cutting boards all over my kitchen. Here I have a cutting board. This is another one. I found this one at Home Goods. It was less than 20. And you know, I'm really big on just the authenticity of cutting boards and just how beautiful they are. And I also picked up one more thing that I'm going to mention. There's another cutting board back here in the back that is like a porcelain, and it's like a marble and cutting board, and the knives are embedded inside of it so you can pull those out. But my last thing that I'm going to mention in this essential kitchen video is to have these huge canisters on the counter because they're easily reachable. I don't have to keep going back to the pantry. Sugar, flour, rice. This is something that I will tell any homeowner that she needs, especially if you have a lot of counter space. They work really well. I have 3 on this side and I have 3 on that side. Over there is brown sugar, bread flour, and then my boys usually have trail mix or Twizzlers or something like that fun over there on that side. There are 3 over there, and then there are 3 over here. And this kind of rounds out my video. I'm glad that I had an opportunity to share with you just some of the things that in my kitchen that are pretty essential. I don't really think I can kind of live without it. It makes my life easy because I'm a school teacher on the run, and so I can't really kind of go without these things. It just makes life a whole lot easier and a whole lot more grand for me. But I'm so happy that I had a chance to be able to share with you just some of the things that being a family of 6 works well for us, and budgeting into our budget, because we're not rich, but we definitely want to live an easy breezy type life when you're raising 4 boys. So definitely glad you guys got to come in the kitchen and see with me. Next video is a makeup video, and that ought to be fun, I guess. So I definitely will see you guys soon. Bye.